Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel. Sanbonani, Ninjani. Shut up. Okay, guys, welcome to the channel. We're going to be chatting about a Chiefs update. It's not really much of an update, but I am just going to give you the information I am reading on social media, hoping there's some truth to it, but at the same time, and so this is not me reporting that this is happening for sure. And it's not really much of news, so take that with a pinch of salt. And then we're just going to go back to the segment we chat about which players should stay. We are going to the attackers now. In terms of the attackers, if Chiefs hypothetically were to let go of all their attackers, which players do we as fans believe should definitely still remain at Kaizer Chiefs? But before we get into that, subscribe. Click the subscribe button if you want to get more of this content, this beautiful content. So yeah, subscribe. But let's get to it. So I went on social media today, on X specifically, just to see. So my daily routine when I make these videos, just for you guys to understand, is that I go on X, I go on Itiski Times, and I go on different platforms to find an interesting story that we can break down and talk about, just like I did with Defo Mashamaite's story yesterday. Went on Itiski Times, I saw the story, I was like, interesting. My Amakhosi faithful will want to actually get information on this, and I'll just share my opinion for those who want to listen. So that's what I did. So I was on X and I saw someone called El Capitano, and he said basically that Chiefs, it's sounding from the rumors that are happening in the background, that Chiefs has made a decision on the technical team, and it's going to be a very, very big decision that is happening. And apparently it seems like the new coach has been decided by Kaizer Chiefs. It seems like his new technical team has been decided. And from what it's sounding, they may actually even be announced way sooner than a lot of us think. Because a lot of us think that the technical team members were going to be announced 1 July, because Chiefs likes doing dumb things like that. But apparently, it may be even announced by... When is it? Next week or whenever after the last game of the PSL. So... of our league. So that's what they're saying. Chances are that the coach may be getting in to assess the team earlier than we think it's going to happen. But anyway, let's get to the segment that we have for today. The segment that we have today, we're talking about the Chief strikers. The last time we spoke, we ended up we were chatting about the midfielders, and we ended up not chatting about we stopped by Umfundo Vilakazi. So today we'll start with him. Why did I not put Umfundo Vilakazi by the midfielders? Is because Umfundo Vilakazi can either play the Modi decision on the wing, on the wings. He can play like a wing player. He can play a second striker / a number 10. So that's why I included him. So the players we're going to be chatting about today is Umfundo Vilakazi, Keegan Dolly, Pule Modi, Ashley Dupree, Tebogo Potsane, Du Shabalala, Ugonzale, Nkosi yami, Rangachi Vavero, Christian Saele, and Wandile Duba. If Chiefs were to let go of all these players tomorrow, meaning guys na clearance and hamban, and then it's like, okay, which player do you think would still deserve to wear the famous Amakhosi, Kaizer Chiefs, Abafana Boktula Noqolo, like the Bafeni boys, that boy, guys, Kaizer Chiefs, you know what I'm saying. I may have got some slogans wrong, I got excited, but anyway, the Love and Peace jersey, which players do you think will deserve these to wear this jersey? Let's start. Fundo Vilakazi. Would he deserve to continue to wear this jersey? And the thing is that Fundo Vilakazi has not played enough games for us to really say if he would deserve to wear this jersey. And I'm seeing that on... in this, I actually have to also include Jansen, even though I don't see him on this list, but Jansen also has to be included. So Mfundo Vilakazi, would we include him as a Kaizer Chiefs player? Yes, because we haven't seen enough of him and we know what talent he can bring. So Mfundo Vilakazi definitely needs to be part of Kaizer Chiefs, but most important, he needs a proper coach. Because if Mfundo Vilakazi gets a proper coach, he can definitely be a starter next season. But without a proper coach, it's still going to to be the nonsense that we see. Because fun fact is this, guys, and I'm sure a lot of you may agree with this, is that Ditejani that we're seeing play for TS Galaxy would not be playing like that for Kaizer Chiefs. Why? Because at Kaizer Chiefs, he was taken as a right back or sometimes potentially as a right wing. So if he was under Kevin Johnson, they would be labeling him as a right back. And we know if they label him as a right back, if Solomons, Frosler, and Quinica are there, it means Ditejani would never play. But what coach Siad Ramovic actually did, which is amazing, is that he figured that this guy is not a defender. He was like, this guy can't defend to save his life. Ditejani is not a defender. So I am going to groom him to be a midfielder, even to play as an 8 and a 10. And now Ditejani is giving a assist against Pirates and basically scoring against Sundowns. And he almost scored a goal against Chiefs and created a crazy assist. So in that game where he played against Chiefs, if TS Galaxy were actually on form, he could have been part of 2 amazing goals, but unfortunate for the day. But that's what I'm just talking about there. A good coach gets the best out of players and can even see a player who shouldn't be in a specific position. Like how Chiefs last week, Kevin Johnson went and took Jensen who plays a striker and made him a right back. But anyway, Keegan Dolly, I really love Keegan Dolly. I really love him. But his injuries, why would we keep someone who's never fit enough to play? It's like... It's unfortunate, but every season this guy has a long-term injury. So I don't know what's happening with Keegan Dolly's body, but he's getting paid too much to just be... Like, if Keegan Dolly, we can cut his salary and he can be a lower-end salary person, then yes, maybe we can keep him. But he can't be earning plus 800K and never being available. So Keegan Dolly, I would release for that one fact. He can't be overpaid. He needs to either go to a low-end salary or get paid by his availability. If he's not available, if he's not available, they cut his salary. That is the only way. But other than that, he must go. Pule Modi, if it was a situation of everyone got fired, would we keep him? No, we would not keep him. He has not done enough. Ashley Dupree, if we're cutting everyone, would we keep him? The answer is we don't know yet, because we just need to get a proper coach. Him and Christian Saile have the same problem, but Christian Saile, I'll give another perspective for you guys to understand why I would release him. So Ashley Dupree, I would keep because I just need to see a proper coach use him. Right now, we've just been seeing bad coaches overuse him in the wrong way. Finding Ashley Dupree, who is a striker at right back and left back position and playing as a defender, is just not good for what he has to do. Tebogo Potsane release as Mfunsi Grand. Shabalala keep, as we've seen what he's produced for us with bad coaching. He's been our best performer under terrible coaching. So keep, definitely. Gonzalez, I won't even talk about him. Why was he even here for the full season? He came to South Africa to enjoy a holiday. He took our Kaizer Chiefs money that we went and buy skippers with. We went and buy merchandise tickets, and he took all of that money, and now he's going to Gonzalez and say, "Obrigado, South Africa. I ate your money, and now I'm go home." And then Uranga Chivavero, we release him. At Kaizer Chiefs, we need a striker that can score even when the team is bad. Create your own chances and stuff like that. All of us know that Knowledge Muswana came in a period where Chiefs wasn't always that good at all the time, but Knowledge Muswana made a plan. He always had a plan up his sleeve. So those are the kind of strikers we're talking about. Christian Saile, a foreign player, shouldn't be coming to South Africa to develop his game. A foreign player should be coming to South Africa as a finished product. So that's why one thing I would say I would release Saile because you can't come to South Africa and expect the South African team to develop you to be the player that is going to be the best. You kind of have to be at the best, especially at the age of 25, etc., 25, 26, etc. like the South African team can't develop you. And that's the thing about foreign players. When we get a foreign player, he has to be better than every player that he's signing. And more especially at Kaizer Chiefs, that foreign player has to be better than every PSL player in the league. In the league, we should be talking about Allende, we should be talking about Escobar, we should be talking about Castillo, we should be talking about Saile, we should be talking about Kimvidi. All these people should be chatting about them to be that they're on the same level, and that level is above the PSL. But right now, we can't have that discussion about Castillo and Saile. We can't say they are we can't say Castillo is better than Tapelo Murena, who doesn't play a lot of the time. We can't even say, Christian Saile is better than, who else we can say? Like Tapelo Maseko is better than Rilebogile Mfokeng. We can't say he's better than Okani Samayo. We can't say he's better than Reynolds. We can't say he's better than these guys. And these are the South African players. So that's my issue there. And then the next player, so that's why if Chiefs release Saile, I'd say he must go. Wandile Duba has the same problem. He needs proper coaching. So it's too soon for us to release him. He's too young. The boy is still 19 basically. He hasn't turned 20. He's only turning 20, I think, in June. So you can tell, Guti, it's too early for you to make a rash decision about a boy like this. He came from the DDC where he was scoring goals left, right, and center. How can he now all of a second Sunday be someone who can't score goals? You know? It doesn't make sense. So we need to understand what's happening there. So that's why I'd keep Wandile Duba. And Janssen, in the DDC, I think this year he scored about 11 goals, but we all remember that Janssen was actually suspended for not wanting to be a ball boy. So he could have ended on 20 goals if he played those other games, because most of the goals he scored in the DDC, he scored them in before he got the suspension. He was on form. He was the hottest player in the DDC. And then when he got suspended, they brought to Neo Bushoko, and he ended up being our top goal scorer, 13 goals as a 15-year-old. But what I'm trying to say is that Janssen has to stay. He has goals in him, and he just needs the right coaching. When I was watching him play this weekend at right back, I was like, this boy shows very good potential. My only problem was this. If he's going to play at right back, he's going to be judged on two things. He's going to be judged on how he is as a defender, and he's going to be judged on how he crosses the ball. But when he's in the DDC, he's often the person putting the ball in the net. So that is the position you need to create for him to best find himself. But if you're going to put him as a right back, whereas he's best as a striker, he's best as a right wing, someone who just is there in the box and has good shot on his legs and has a good heading ability. If you find him in the box a lot of the times, then you get to find what his quality is about. So I feel like Chiefs is exposing him. And this is why I'm telling you this. How Janssen is used at Kaizer Chiefs, look at that. And then look at how Ditejani is used at TS Galaxy. Understand this. Ditejani and Janssen are a similar kind of player, but you can already see how Janssen is going to be misused at Kaizer Chiefs compared to how Ditejani is being used at TS Galaxy. Ditejani went to TS Galaxy as a right back, but now he's become the most creative attacking midfielder in the PSL currently in terms of the young crop of players. He's the most gifted, he's the most fluid, he creates, he assists, he's now starting to score goals. But if Ditejani stayed in Kaizer Chiefs, he would be the right back that can't defend. That is how we would assess him. We would say, this is a Chiefs right back, Maru Ditejani can't mark. How is he a right back? What was he taught at Kaizer Chiefs? Blah, blah, blah. We would go on for days. Meanwhile, a coach like Sid Ramovic could identify that this guy is not a defender. Even though people say he's a defender, this guy must be a midfielder. But would a Kevin Johnson be able to identify that? No, because he goes and makes Janssen a right back. Right, Amakhosi.